Ooh, they're coming to get you, Alfredo.
Who's coming to get me?
Podcasters with lukewarm and tired takes.
What do we do?
We must take refuge with Cinema Forecast.
That's right. Hello, everybody, and welcome once more to another episode of the Refuge Cinema Forecast, where every month we are randomly assigned by the legally distinct movie roulette a category. Attached to said category, we have 4 movies. Each week, we take one of those movies, go in depth, talking about it in the context of that category. But it's October.
Yeah.
Spooky season is upon us. Brains. So we talked about this when we were coming up with the concept originally.
Yeah.
I think it was Connor's idea mostly. He was like, let's keep October spooky.
Yeah.
And we're like, do we roll a spooky wheel? No, because there's nothing spookier than predetermined things.
Destiny.
It's our destiny to do zombie movies in October. And that's what we're fucking doing.
Yes. Zombie movies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. And what are we watching today?
Doing Night of the Living Dead, the OG.
The OG 1968.
That's right. That is the year.
The year of our Lord 1968.
Yeah.
George Romero.
Yeah.
So
legendary.
We wanna have you've seen this movie before, right?
Not really.
No.
So I had an extremely traumatic experience as a kid where we were staying out in the woods in a log cabin and with some family friends, and they're like, okay, we're gonna watch a scary movie. You go to bed, Connor. And, of course, I snuck out of bed. I snuck down the stairs. I peeked around the corner, and they're watching Night of the Living Dead. And I watched for a little bit, and I got so scared, and I ran upstairs and, back into bed and, just hid there but couldn't fall asleep. Just traumatized. So I came into this movie with a little bit of trepidation of just oh, God, how scary is this movie? And it's, not that scary, but traumatized me.
No, I was really surprised because I always thought this movie was going to be very much a sort of just very bloody, maybe. I expected very slasher-esque maybe, and then it was kind of really refreshing to be no, this is so much social commentary.
Yeah.
And seeing that do you want to talk? I don't know. You want to talk themes? I have a little bit of stuff, but I think some of the shit that I'm gonna say is gonna kind of tie into whatever we go with themes. So I've never seen this movie before.
For sure.
Take it away, Connor.
Yeah. So
take it away, Con Man.
I got 4 themes. Cinema Forecast. I don't know. It's a thing. Number 1, deconstruction of society. Kind of going into what you were saying already. I think one of the things I love about zombie movies is it's what happens to society when there are no laws, rules, or bounds kind of keeping you in place. And this movie starts to dip its toes in there because usually that kind of theme will fit in more when you're deeper into the zombie apocalypse, but this is the beginning. But you see the deconstruction of society in this house.
Well, I also feel one of this is a great sort of moment for a zombie apocalypse that I feel some movies explore, some movies don't, because it is nobody really knows what to do.
Yeah.
It is always interesting to see enough time has passed that now we have these different laws and norms in our society that are reflective of the zombie infestation. But yeah, here is just total, it's breaking down, everything is devolving, right?
Yeah, love it. Number 2, pretty simple one, meditation on death. I mean, I think it's kind of inherent to a lot of horror movies, but a walking representation of the living dead staring you in the face and trying to tear you apart. I think, makes you think about life and death. I think there's a lot of that in zombie movies of people just reflecting on, what it is to die and what it means to be alive because of that. Number 3, the best and worst of humanity. Another one of my favorite themes. I think this kind of comes into the deconstruction of society, where as society falls apart, certain people are going to fill roles that they wouldn't have in the old society. And that kind of fits into my final one, which is rebirth. The idea that you are kind of reborn into this new world as a new person that, you either survive or you don't. But if you do survive, you're probably not going to be the same person anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It is. And it's so interesting how I love in zombie movies that how you have that happening to both the dead sort of like rising and then the people going through the experience. And I think it's nice how that ties nicely into like, because everyone is having these metamorphoses, then
Mm-hmm.
like we kind of explore like who are the like not the bad people, but where is the evil really coming from? Like these mindless things, or like the way that we humans like change when we're like put under pressure, you
Yeah,
know, in
absolutely.
competition for our lives.
Yeah, and I will say on the rebirth theme, there's probably less of that than I was expecting, but not in a bad way in this movie, kind of an interesting way where there wasn't huge character arcs necessarily. Like I feel like everyone kind of maintained their character, although there was kind of like, pressure being put onto them. But it wasn't like anyone who was like I was wondering if Barb, for example, was by the end of the movie gonna kind of like take control again.
Have like a moment.
But well, she does kind of too. So I guess that is there a little bit, but it's not like we see like a new Barb by the end.
No, it is like totally kind of like fishbowl, like sort of like social experiment,
Yeah.
like type script where you're like
Yeah.
throwing all these people who are already fully formed into the situation and then sort of acting out how they're going to, like, how they would like act accordingly, you know?
Yeah, and I found it pretty grounded and realistic in that way, that it wasn't
Yeah.
just like these massive swings of
No, no.
personality.
I agree. I was really I think like some of the like performances and like just the like look of it and it being like a low budget movie, I guess roughly $100,000.
Yeah.
It like I kind of had very low expectations, and then like a lot of this stuff and like the sort of the way that it approached these topics without hitting you over the head with it, I was really impressed because I was like I didn't realize that it started from the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
So zombies are I think this is kind of a fun thing to talk about. We're talking about zombies.
Yep.
Zombie is a word that comes from from Haiti, from Haitian French, Haitian Creole. And it is like they are thralls that are risen from the dead using
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
The modern interpretations of like a disease or like fungus, radiation, anything like that, that's a more sort of like modern take on it. And so Night of the Living Dead is, I don't know if you know this, is loosely based on the fucking, oh my god, I was just looking at it.
Uh yeah, what a carnival or something? Are you I know it was inspired by a movie from 1962. I forget the name of it. Carnival of Death or something.
It was well. What I was gonna say is Night of the Living Dead, partially inspired by the Richard Matheson novel I Am Legend.
Oh, yes. Okay, I have heard that, which I believe is vampires in I Am Legend, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and then they made a movie about that, and that was a wild movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of defining zombies in the modern era, like this movie kind of does that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like,
definitely. I guess there's like yeah. I mean, this is the first time you see this sort of thing, and I love like they even have like I didn't think that. I thought they were just gonna have like zombie, but they have the TV shit. They're talking.
yes, it was
Talking about the
super
rate.
fun.
Let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get right into it. It starts so immediately. It's
Yeah.
just like also I want to say Connor watched this in black and white. I watched this in color.
Oh, yeah, yeah, which is very interesting to me. I guess we'll say really quick, it was kind of hard to find for me. Like I went to Amazon and they had the wrong movie. They had the 1990 movie listed as the 1968 one, even with like a black and white like photo on the movie. And then yeah, I found it on YouTube. But yeah, it's weird that they didn't have the black and white original on Amazon. Or just like I'm a little confused on why they wanted to do a black and white version, because the black and white or colored version, because it seems like the black and white is a very specific artistic choice.
Probably a budgetary choice back then in like the 60s. I would say.
He said it was because he wanted to make the gore look more realistic.
Well then I mean yeah, this is I watched the remastered and colored version. So I don't know. I guess I don't know if that was like he wasn't in on that choice, or if later he was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's do the color. But the blood looks pretty cool in like the color one too. It's like this very deep like red.
I think they used chocolate. I was reading a little bit of trivia afterwards. And also, yeah, worth pointing out, part of what might feed into that choice as well is that, yeah, like you said, the super small budget, like 114,000, I think. This movie made like $30 million, so at the time it was like the most successful indie movie ever, and is still one of the most successful. However, George Romero was not familiar with distribution deals and basically got like none of the money from it. And they also like failed to file the copyright with it on time, so it became public domain pretty much immediately.
Wild.
Yeah.
We're also, this episode is going to come out on October 3rd. Happy birthday, my good friend Jacob Roos.
Happy birthday.
This is 2 days after the initial release date in Pittsburgh and a day before the U.S. wide release.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Wow.
Yeah, right there in October, at the beginning of October
Love
as
that.
well. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, anyway, it starts immediately. We've got this very cool, classic, like, 60s score. It reminded
Yeah.
me so much of, like, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like, yeah, but, or, like, even, like, Looney Tunes, like, those orchestras. But music is, there's this, like, suspended tension
A
from
lot
the beginning.
of the music. There's some like a choice I really love throughout the movie where the rest of the sound basically falls out and the music takes over, and it's like during the most tense scenes, and it feels like you're almost just like inside the character's panic in an interesting way.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess apparently they also like did a lot of like guerrilla like style filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense because honestly, setting up sound equipment sometimes is a real pain in the ass. So like if you can just like cover it with music, like make your life easier. Also, like when you're recording sound back then, you're paying for fucking tape. So like
Right.
just adding to the budget as well.
Right.
But yeah, so car driving down the road. This is filmed in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the fucking title comes up, right?
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, and like night is like a different font.
Yeah.
And in the colored remastered version, night is a different color than the rest of the words.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, very specific and look kind of cheesy. And I was like, honestly, at this point, I'm like, this is gonna be like so silly.
Yeah, the budget definitely shows, but very impressive what he does with it, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I also made a note. You have the like title sequence and like the credits, and they say in the title sequence, it says title sequence by the animators. And I just made a note of that because I thought it was funny. Like it was so long ago that they got the name the animators,
Yeah.
for their fucking company.
Yeah, that's wild. I noticed the cemetery entrance sign was like shot full of bullet holes. Like that makes me wonder if that was just what was actually at that cemetery since they were shooting on location, or if they did that themselves for like some symbolism of where this is all going. But just like nice little interesting detail.
Yeah, yeah. Big American flag as well.
Yes, I noticed that too.
We've got Barb and Johnny, who you really find out through context. They're the ones in the car. Johnny's the one driving, brother and sister. And they're going to go put like refresh flowers on their father's grave.
Yeah.
But they left very late, and so they don't see anybody they know at the like cemetery. I think they were expecting to see their mom. Maybe I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I thought maybe their mom had passed there as well because the brother was saying something about we need to move like mom closer. Oh no, okay, no, they were talking about how, yeah, never mind. Yes.
Their mom lives somewhere, and she's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know after
we
this.
don't know. We don't know.
I love the choice to start during daylight.
But it's 8 p.m. as well,
Yes.
like which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And also like they're talking about, I guess it's like daylight savings.
Oh, is that what they're saying? I
Well,
don't
because
know.
she says the time should change the first day of summer.
Yeah, I will say another budgetary thing I noticed is a lot of the voice capture, I don't know what you would call that exactly, is
Audio recording.
it was probably
That's
better.
what we're doing right now, actually. Whoa.
I imagine the remaster probably touched some of that stuff up, but a lot of the times the voices would sound very like echoey and hollowy in the room, and especially watching on YouTube.
Like
some of-
weird reverb and
yeah,
stuff.
just like low resolution. I couldn't make out every single line. But yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty easy to hear it on the version that I watched.
that's good.
Yeah, probably were able to touch that up for sure.
Johnny doesn't want to waste a day visiting their father, I believe he's talking about.
Yeah, and he
It's
says
like
something about he doesn't really remember him. He doesn't.
200 miles.
He's kind of like, whatever. Fuck this. Who cares? Like.
Yeah, he's being a little whiny baby, and just kind of complaining the whole time. Which, I'm wondering how much of that stuff is thematic, like not appreciating life, not appreciating the dead, not respecting the dead, not like taking it seriously,
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure. Yeah. No, that all tracks for sure.
I love the moment where Johnny leaves the car and he just starts hearing some like radio emergency warning.
Yes,
This
yes.
is a trope in zombie movies
Well,
where
also the radio hadn't been working, and then
oh
it suddenly comes on.
yeah, he
like,
was just testing to see if it was working on another channel. So that means like other broadcasting places were probably just down because of this insane thing happening, which I love. But one of my favorite things there's a lot of my favorite things in zombie movies, but it's a trope I really love where they slowly creep in the oncoming horror, and just you notice little signs here and there as everything starts to fall apart, and I love
yeah,
that.
it is what I would call like a narrative representation of the physical crawl of the zombie, right? Like
Yeah.
you like slowly get that introduced into the story. But yeah, like I love that. Yeah, and there's like again, the music is so great. It's
Yeah.
like so spooky, and it's like of such a like specific era. I really love that aspect of it.
Yeah, it was
But then
cool.
we have this like dude who seems to be like approaching. Oh, and Johnny's like teasing Barbara because she was scared of the cemetery. She still is.
Mhm.
And then there's this like guy who's like coming over, and like she says later on, she was like, I was gonna go apologize because Johnny was acting like an ass. And then like the dude tries to like come at her because he's a fucking zombo, dude.
Yeah, yeah, and just I think it was like an image like this as a kid that really scarred me, which was just one of them walking during the daylight slowly towards you. Something about the daylight makes this scarier for me, and I don't know why exactly. I think it's just because it looks like something you could see, but it's a little uncanny, where at night it feels like more horrific.
You were scared because this movie is called Night of the Living Dead, not Day of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's the third one.
It's scary. That's scary. Yeah, also I was thinking that watching this in color, I think might have taken away from it a little bit because you can. Well, I guess they like. I don't know if they did like. Yeah, I'm very curious how they did the color in this, but like some of the makeup and shit on the zombies makes them. I feel like in black and white it probably looked a little bit better.
Yeah, I think so. It just like a lot of it's hidden in shadow and stuff. Like I feel like he's doing a lot with shadows in the original. So yeah, I'm curious what the color would be like. But
The shadows looked good. Like the light and dark was good. Was good
That's
throughout
good.
the movie.
That's good.
Not like exceptional like cinematography,
yeah,
but I mean it works for what it is. I think really the strength of this movie is in like what I was most surprised by, which is like how like aptly and succinctly it tackles the theme of like how are we gonna act when we're in this situation, and just making it a bottle episode. Like
Yeah.
it's good. It's really smart script, and really goes to show you that like a movie can like on a strong script, like man, like with a low budget you can do so much. Like if you have like a strong vision and like an idea of that. And but
yeah,
again, so Johnny
With
gets
you.
fucking attacked.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
and did we point out the thunder and lightning while she's praying? I thought
Yes,
that was
yes,
really
it's-
good.
Yes, and he's talking about like she's talking about like how she hasn't seen Johnny in church either. So yeah, there seems to be further the sort of like he's maybe he's. I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy. He's
No,
just
just kind of a
lazy,
reverent-
uninterested dude. Look, I don't go to church.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not. I was raised a-religious, so I'm not trying to say anything about that. But I just mean in the context of the story.
Yeah, I think it's like insert your belief in something greater here, or like are you just in this for yourself? Are you trying to serve the community? That's the kind of commentary I get from that, where it's just like
Yeah.
it's all about Johnny.
I bow to the bit. That's my god.
Love
That's
that.
my god.
Love that. Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. I just need to say, number one, that nitpick. No, fun is the enemy of the nitpick.
That's right.
Number two, bow to the bit.
Bow to the bit. Bow to the bit's not bad.
We're coming up with the 4 tenets of cinema forecast.
Bow to
The
the bit.
bow to the bit shirts are gonna come.
Yeah, he says praying is for church, which is good stuff. And I love that he points out the zombie, like, here he comes now, Barbara.
And he like, yeah, I kind of love that you're just like, oh wow, okay, and then it's like, oh no shit, that's actually a zombie right
Yeah,
there. Like,
yeah, right there.
and it starts so quickly too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barbara Johnny gets attacked.
Well, so Barbara gets attacked, and and I
Yes.
love that Johnny does get a little heroic moment where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does save Barbara.
Yeah.
And then falls over, hits his head on the tombstone.
Yeah, yes.
Very bad dummy. I don't know. Did you notice that?
No, it looked kind of silly, but it just also didn't really. It was hard to see like if he like. It didn't really like to me when it like they fall down. It almost looked like it didn't. He didn't really hit his head, but I was like, oh, this is like he's hit his head like, and he's
Yeah.
not getting back up. But
Yeah. Sorry, random trivia thing I saw where someone asked George Romero, like, "Did you have a prop headstone there?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me? Back then, I couldn't afford any props."
yeah, yeah. I mean, you could make one out of like cardboard or something. You know, you could do something. That's such a weird question.
Yeah, it is a weird question.
Like they're obviously filming an actual cemetery.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so Barbara tries like gets in the car and like there's no keys in the
Yeah, I
car.
love
The
that.
zombie and also the zombie's just like basically tapping on
Yeah,
the
that
window.
looked,
It's
that
so
part
fucking
looked
funny.
a little silly.
Oh no,
or-
he's mostly like pulling on the door.
He is just banging his palms against the window for a while.
I think at first he's trying the door. And what's interesting about this is like I haven't because this is like the first sort
Yeah.
of like take on this. I had never seen a zombie that seems to retain some level
Yeah.
of like human
They're
understanding.
using tools.
Yeah, and they're like they are acting like
They're
They-
like animals, less than the undead in some ways.
but not like also like kind of like still humans. Like they
Yeah.
know how a door works, you know? Like he's like going for the handle. But yeah, and it was so funny just like like banging on the glass, but like you're like, is he's not gonna break it? Like
yeah, I thought that was weird. I could
yeah.
have used a crack or something.
But then she just like lets the like e-brake go and just rolls the
I love
fucking
that.
car down the fucking hill.
Just fucking YOLO.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. Like, but a good choice, I think. The car like scrapes along the side of a tree.
So I got a fun trivia I saw on this too, where they had that car actually had gotten hit, and they needed to use it, so they changed the script to hit a tree to make the dent make sense.
Ah, there you go. Nice. And then Barbara gets out right of the car.
Yep.
And also, I do want to bring up there was this thing that I thought was very like was touching on some themes at the very beginning. Johnny like loves to complain, but he's talking about how they bring flowers every year, and every year the ones from last year are gone, and like and she's saying, well, like they die and like they have to like clean it up and stuff, and I felt like there was this sort of I don't know, like calling to like perhaps like the dead are going to come back,
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but I mean, Barb sees this. Dude's still coming for her. She's fucking running down the road, and these are like the sort of like classic conception, like slow like zombies. Like
Yeah, they do. This one does kind of like half jog after her at one point too. So they're not like the full like dragging your feet the whole time. Some of them are, but it feels like they can almost do like a shamble jog when they need to.
a shamble jog,
Yeah.
shamble jog. Hell yeah. But yeah, she finds this farmhouse. She's trying to find a way in.
Yeah, I love just how long it's her just like panicking and like trying to put herself together. Just
Yeah.
I think it does a really good job of putting you in this position, like
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is what I want out of a zombie movie.
Yeah,
you know?
no. You feel like the stress. You feel like, fuck, what's she gonna do?
Yeah.
But she gets in through the kitchen. There's really cool lighting in the kitchen too. There's
Mhm.
these big pools of light. It looks very dope. And the music, again, super tense. Like I said, I'm really liking this score a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, I
feel
did
like.
just look up the composer's name, William Luce.
William Luce.
Nailed
Hell
it.
yeah, that's a tight score, William Luce.
Nailed it.
She also immediately grabs a knife.
Yep.
Making her way through the house, and then she gets scared by like the mounted animal heads.
Yeah. Well, there's even like a jump scare, like a track plane when it happens.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm
does
like,
the-
I'm not scared of a deer.
Yeah, I think like to me it was like a commentary on just like death watching
Yeah, it's like
you.
a body. Yeah, for
Ye-
sure. No, I get it. I was just like, I'm not scared of that. Try again, George Romero.
There's a really goofy shot of the zombie going through the backyard and
tearing down the phone line. Yeah,
I think it's clothesline.
I think it's the phone line because then she immediately goes to try the phone and the phone doesn't work.
Oh, interesting. I just assumed the phone lines were down like separately.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
If it is a phone line, it's a really weirdly low phone line, but I don't know, whatever. Farmland in the 60s. But that would make more sense why we see that shot, because otherwise, like,
yeah, that's what I figured.
Really taking a lot of horror away from the zombie struggling with this clothesline.
Honestly, that's why I figured that's what it was.
Okay.
Because I was like, is this some sort of, this seems to be like it could be a phone line, and then I also had a note where it's just he looks so fucking silly.
Yeah,
there's a lot of moments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments like this, but again, like there's like the strength of like the concept, and I don't know. Like I had a really good time watching it.
Me
like,
too.
And even these silly moments, I'm just like,
It was tense. It was tense, and I liked the characters, and I was pulled in.
It's weird how it retained so much tension, even though there's so much silly shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of like cracks and stuff, but like you can see.
Yeah.
It's like the overall tone and vibe is working.
Yeah, for sure. The violin too is doing so much good stuff. Just like that sort of like the bowed string instruments for like a score like this. It's just like that's kind of like the lifeblood. It's like the that's really giving so much of the character to everything.
Yeah.
Just like embodies that like suspended sort of tension thing that I was talking about, where you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, a lot of dissonant notes, a lot of just unsettling.
Yeah, and then Barb tries to go upstairs. She sees a decomposing. Well, she sees zombies in the window. Yeah. Tries to run upstairs.
Yeah, now she sees there's more coming towards the farm, and that just keeps progressing.
Yeah, more zombies coming through the windows. And, well, not through the windows, but she can see them approaching.
Yeah, which is like some of the most haunting visuals for me. Just all these dead slowly marching towards you. Yeah,
you know what? I'm surprised it took us this long to say it, but this is so Project Zomboid, dude.
Yes.
So Project Zomboid. Yes. It feels like watching this movie, I'm like, oh, that's like the inspiration for the game.
Well, it's the inspiration for like all modern zombies stuff.
Yeah, no, but I mean like specifically like sort of like especially the way
find the knife in the kitchen.
Well, the way we play it too, where we're like we're strangers who are like fucking converging on a house, right? Yeah. And especially like when your guy dies and then you bring in a new guy and he just busts in the door. You're like, oh shit, is that you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love just hunkering down in Project Zomboid, and this was really capturing that vibe.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it made me want to play. Like it was fucking awesome. I just kept thinking about that through. I was like,
well, I was thinking of all sorts of zombie tropes, because like Resident Evil has so many things from this too. Like, just
what's that?
Resident Evil.
I like legitimate only thought about Project Zomboid. I actually stopped watching and just started playing. No, I'm just joking. No, there is like so much of like the DNA of the genre.
Oh, smashing their heads, flesh eating, like burning them, like all that stuff's straight from here.
Yeah, and I mean like the fact that it's something like radiation,
Yeah, that's very interesting. I had heard something else about the origin, so that was actually a surprise to me, the whole Venus probe thing.
Yeah, it's funny because it's almost like kind of like also low-key like zombie movies are science fiction movies, but this one feels like more science fiction, and I was also like, is this low-key Alien? Like, are they
like body snatcher vibes, just
yeah. But yeah, oh my god, somebody's cooking something. It smells so fucking good.
Yeah, what is that? Garlic, onions? I don't know.
Yeah, it smells like an everything bagel. Anyway, back to the movie. So she freaks out after seeing the decomposing body.
Yeah, fun factoid I saw about this. George Romero personally made this dummy.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's cool. So she freaks out, runs back downstairs, and runs outside. And I love this. Like, she runs into the flood of like the headlights, and I think at this we have some kind of like
this looks really
jarring
cool.
like editing too, where we're cutting between like zombie headlight lady, and then like the dude in the fucking sweater with the tire iron fucking pops out, pulls her inside and closes the door.
Yeah.
And this is Ben, dude.
Yeah, what's so funny is I was listening so carefully for his name. I think I got it like once early on. Like Tom is just like, oh yeah, Ben. I'm like, oh, that must be him. And
I would even say that's not early on. That's like in the middle of the film, basically.
Yeah, and that might be the
like
only
Ben
time.
found a TV upstairs.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I like too, because I feel like I remember I showed a script I wrote to a friend of mine once, my buddy Matthew, and he was like, "What I like that you do is a lot of like amateur scripts, and not even just amateur scripts, but scripts that like you just see in like movies. People will like call each other by their names a lot more
Yeah,
than people normally do."
yeah.
And he was like, "I feel like you kind of like make it seem much more natural by like excluding that." And I think this is awesome because it's like I don't really care what the fuck your name is.
Yeah.
Like what like it shows like the like tension like
Especially Ben.
feels
He's
like a
business,
choice.
man.
It
Ben is
feels
all
like
business.
a choice, you know,
Yeah.
like that it's like the names are coming up so naturally and like not really that often, you know.
Totally. Yeah.
He looks good too. I love the sweater. The look, the fit is fire. Ben
Yeah.
looks great.
Apparently, this is one of the first big, like, successful Hollywood movies with a lead black actor. That was another factoid I read,
Oh,
which is
wild.
crazy. Yeah.
That's wild. I guess In the Heat of the Night wasn't a big deal.
I don't know him.
In the Heat of the Night it's a movie with Sidney Poitier. It's a sick movie, really good. You know, have you ever heard? It's from 1967. Have you ever heard the like anybody ever say they call me Mr. Tibbs?
That does sound familiar.
Yeah, because he's this black cop down in the South, and like the like police chief calls him boy, and he like or he says something to him like that, and he's like, they call me Mr. Tip. It's so fucking good.
All right.
I pitched a remake of it in when I was in film school.
Oh, I love that.
Because we had to like that was one of like our
the
like our
assignment.
projects.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and I do want to point out, I had already mentioned it a little bit, but when she's running downstairs, that's one of the first moments I really noticed where like all the rest of the sound completely drops out and it's just the music and her running and panicking and like it feels trapped and then like running into the headlights like works very well. Like you said, not the like craziest or most well done cinematography, but some of it is extremely effective.
For sure, it is like the shot list feels like it's very tight
Yeah.
on this. I made a note at one point. This is Trapped, dude. This movie is
Yeah.
a Trapped movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Ben mentions that the truck is out of gas. He said that I think he later on says that he pulled in here because he saw like a gas pump in the
Yeah.
back. And he's asking her, like, is there a key for the gas? And this is like where you see like Barb is like in shock. She's completely speechless.
Unresponsive, yeah.
Ben tries the phone, gets nothing, just like Barb. And I think Ben realizes, and in my notes here, I just have dude the whole time because, like you said, like you don't really get his
Yeah.
name until like way later on. But
I kept calling him Guy.
guy, dude, guy. But I think she's like looking upstairs, and he's like, and he can tell that she's freaked out. So he goes up, and again, I love this, like having two different actors' reaction to the same thing, and how much it says about them. Barb like can't handle her shit.
Yeah.
Ben is like, I'm like,
Ben is a badass and a
Yeah.
really interesting character because he's kind of an asshole, but like an understandable asshole. But like, there's also parts of him where like, maybe he is crossing the like he's going a little far here. Like, you know, the cold-blooded murder of Mr. Cooper. Although, I mean, he had it coming to an extent, but it was almost like Ben's reaction to when he kills him. I'm like, damn, dude, you were like kind of satisfied that you did that.
yeah, it's interesting. Like I wonder, yeah, I wonder like how much of that was just in the moment, like what choices, or if it was like very intentional, be like, let's like hint at like that. I don't know, but yeah, he really does seem like he's kind of willing to go to any lengths to save himself.
I did read another little fact about this. Originally, they were going to cast someone else, and he was always written to be kind of like struggle with his anger a bit, which is really interesting. But there's that scene where he hits Barbara, and the actor didn't want to do that because of all the race relation stuff happening in the United States right at that time. This was like a year after Martin Luther King was assassinated and all that. And
this came out the year he was assassinated.
oh yeah, that's right. And the like George Romero like heard him, but was kind of like, I just think it's important for this character. But Romero said on reflection, he kind of wished he would have listened to that more and maybe like painted him in a less angry, violent way. But I do like his character a lot.
Yeah, I think I totally thought about that too. Like I thought about that while I was watching it. Like Obviously he's like a black man, and like, a black man and a white woman, and like the history of that sort of like in America. But like, yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, I think it, like, even though like it is maybe something that like you might like stop and think about, it's not something where I'm like, I don't think this guy's like a bad guy.
No.
I just
I don't
think
even
he's
think
he's a
punch-
product of like the environment that he's in right now.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I don't even think punching out Barbara was completely unreasonable. Like, this is a life or death situation where a woman or like anyone who is losing their shit and about to possibly like bust out of the house could compromise you and kill
yeah,
you.
yeah,
you know?
for sure. There was one of the things that I like also noted is like so much of like the like narrative force is propelled by the male characters in this. Like that definitely felt also very much of the time, except for the daughter, right?
Yeah.
Who like,
Well, I like Helen too. She has a really strong
yeah, no, Helen
personality.
does. Yeah, Helen.
Judy's
for sure.
kind of a nothing burger.
Yeah, for sure. Helen does have a strong like she is my favorite, maybe one of my favorite characters just overall.
I was kind of thinking she might survive the whole thing because she
Yeah.
almost had the coolest head on her shoulders. But
yeah, for sure.
But I was also, as soon as I saw the little girl wounded, and that's another trope born right here too. Like, oh, you got hurt? Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
yeah, yeah,
And that
yeah.
coming back, like classic.
Yeah, when they ask later, like, how did she get hurt? She got bit by one of those things, and Ben is like, we don't know what kind of diseases those things have. I love that his head
Yeah.
immediately goes there. You know,
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, and you got the blood dripping down.
It looks great.
Yeah, on Barbara.
it looks really good. You were talking about how they use chocolate syrup. This one time for a promo for a local show, me and some of my friends, we did a shot for shot remake of the shower scene from Psycho. And we used Hershey's syrup for it. Or did we use ketchup? I think we used ketchup. I can't remember what we used, but we like instead of a knife, it was just my buddy John was just like spraying fucking ketchup all over fucking
Yeah,
Jacob in the
yeah,
shower.
That's right. I think it was ketchup.
It was so
It's
fucking
a great little
funny.
bit. You should post that on this one too.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really fucking fun.
I like
And then
that one a lot.
Jacob like falls down dead, and he's like, "Oh no, now I can't go to the show." It's really fucking funny. It's really good. Great acting by my boy Jacob.
Hell yeah, I love it.
And we really make it seem like he's naked too, because we don't. He's wearing trunks though.
Yeah, so you can imagine whatever you want.
Imagine whatever you want.
And I think this is when Barbara kind of starts coming back a little bit here. She's like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, she like grabs the tire iron
Yeah.
and asks him what's happening.
She's so distant and interesting through where she's just constantly kind of like focusing on the tactileness of materials. Did you notice that? She's just constantly kind of like playing with something, like anything but be in this situation, basically.
Yeah, I like the whole time I was very like, I totally get that. I get that that's how someone's gonna react, and I think the point is to be frustrated with
Yeah.
her. But
I wanted an arc too.
I was
yeah.
just like, ugh,
Yeah,
whatever,
you
dude.
do get a final moment with her that's nice, kind of. But yeah, I was kind of hoping there would be like a big, by the end of the night, she was like more on Ben's page or something,
Yeah.
backing him. But yeah, but like I was saying at the beginning, I was expecting more of these big character arcs, but I do find it very natural and grounded that there weren't.
yeah, felt like I said, like just I think that's still a really compelling idea for like a story. It's just like you put these like sort of like defined forces, these different elements of like humanity together, and like just kind of like play it out how you feel like it would happen.
Yeah, and it's a lot of Ben's character, like he is still trying to take care of her and stuff. A
Yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure.
I like how all the characters kind of revolve around her a little bit. Like you see their good and bad sides through the way they treat Barb. Like Mr. Cooper's just like mean mugging her for whatever.
Yeah, I know. So like I think right after this, there's two zombies outside, and friggin' Ben like goes and murks both of them.
They're just smashing up his car.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the headlights.
Yeah, which is
They're-
interesting.
Yeah, very again showing like this sort of like level of like
Awareness.
intelligence,
Yeah.
awareness. And then we see how much of a badass he really is. He goes out there, fucks them both up with the fucking tire iron.
Yeah.
And I wrote down at this point, this guy fucking rips.
Yeah, he's sick.
This guy's dope. He's like who I'd want on my side.
Yeah.
I asked you at the beginning before we started recording. One of my pitches for a cold open was just asking you if you were a Ben, a Harry, or a Barb, because those are like the three I think kind of most distinct sort of like reactions.
I think Tom is kind of an interesting character too,
Tom is an interesting character.
because he's
He's cooperative.
He's kind of in
he's
the
a
middle
bridge.
though.
I guess like really it is. Are you a Tom, a Ben, or a Barb? Because Harry is a Ben in a way, but Harry is a Ben of
like
his
an
own.
incompetent version of
Yeah,
well, not even
stubborn.
stubborn. And
My way or the highway.
yeah, well they both are.
I know what's
yeah.
best for us.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, and he's not even that incompetent. He's just scared. He's a lot more scared than Ben. Like he's the one who wants to be the leader, but he's also like
He's got
too
his
terrified.
family on the line too.
Yeah.
I think that's an aspect of him as
But
well.
so does Helen. She kind of keeps her shit together. You know?
Yeah, for sure. But I think he's feeling the pressure of being
As the
as
man of
being
the house.
the
or whatever.
man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good character. But to answer your question, I would like to be, well, if it's between Harry, Ben, or Barb, I would like to be Ben.
No, it's Ben, Tom, or Barb. now.
Okay. I think I could be a Tom. I think I could be like someone in the back who's like, this guy seems like he's being reasonable. Maybe we should listen to him, but not necessarily the one like, all right, I'm gonna get out there
Yeah.
and kill these zombies.
Actually, it's funny because Connor is wearing a red shirt, which you don't know this, but that's the color of the shirt that Tom is wearing in the movie. Red
Goodness.
shirt. Yeah, I actually wrote red shirt guy. I think at some points,
That's
or just
funny.
called him red shirt.
That's funny. I think I wrote a baby boy man in the notes at first because he just looked like a like
Okay,
and it was just
we don't need to record anymore. We can just end it right there. Baby boy man.
yeah, just because he had such a like child look to him, and he's got his
Yes,
tucked
yeah.
in shirt and like the cute
Yeah,
60s haircut.
Oh,
like-
gee, mister. Like,
Yeah.
gee whiz.
But he's also like ripped, so I don't know. It's just this funny contrast.
He was a baby boy man for sure. Also, like Barb is freaked out furthermore by like the fucking zombies and Ben murking the fucking zombos.
Yeah, she has like a breakdown here.
Yeah, he gets inside just in time to save her from another zombie. And I'm like, dude, he just killed like 3 zombies in like
nothing.
less than 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you know.
if I'm not Ben in this real life situation, I'm definitely Ben in Project Zomboid. I'm gonna take care of business. I'm
Yeah.
gonna protect my boys.
For sure. And and then I think this is one of the points where you see like sort of like the horde like increasing,
a full horde
yeah,
basically
like,
is what I
and
wrote,
like
yeah.
slowly approaching. And this is what I was definitely like, this is so Project Zomboid. This is
Yeah.
like those moments where you're like, fuck, dude, we need to get out of town, dude. We can't keep hanging around
Yeah, we
here.
gotta
you know?
move. We gotta move out. Grab what you can and get out.
And he says they know we're in here now.
Yeah, which is interesting because they're not super aggressive for a lot of it. It's like not until the end they start actually trying to get in.
Yeah.
And
I guess when there are enough of them, I'm not sure.
I think it's that they're confused, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Barb is like stuck, like staring at like the dead zombie, and Ben's like, "Don't look at it."
I think we even see its eyes like look at her at one point, which is very
Yeah,
spooky.
very very fucked up.
Because that's to me just kind of a mental projection moment, and then Ben drags the body away. Yeah, good stuff.
And he lights it on fire.
Yes, which is a very important like tip. That's one of the things they haven't really kept with zombies, because zombies nowadays are more mindless, right? But the idea of zombies being scared of fire. Is
Yeah, it felt
interesting.
like sort of like Frankenstein's monster inspired, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
He closes the table, puts the door in front of it, closes the door and puts the table in front of it. And he's I love how he has this instinct to start turning on lights in the house.
Yeah, which is like for me a big Project Zomboid head. That's a no-no.
Yeah, I said here, usually I'm against this because I don't love a lot of light.
Mm.
You know, I don't like overhead lighting a lot.
Yeah.
I like very tasteful,
Yeah.
warm lights, you know. But I understand the instinct. Like it's a cool thing, like to kind of show where he's like, let's try and brighten the world up a little bit, you
Yeah.
know. Like maybe it'll get us in a better mood, you know.
Yeah, well, he's also looking for nails.
Yeah, for sure he is, but it's just like
Yeah.
I think the figurative part of it is really calls to me.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, immediately he's trying to barricade the house, trying to look for boards.
Which is awesome. He just gets to it, man.
And he's like, Barb, stop being fucking useless.
Yes,
Just fucking help me, dude.
Yeah, she's still out of it, and at a certain point, he's like, "Look, goddamn it!" And I love that he like catches himself. He's like, "Okay, hold on,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then he starts speaking to her like more calmly,
Yeah,
like,
he gets frustrated and then he approaches her very empathetically.
yeah, he's like, "We need to work together if we're gonna survive this."
yeah, he like calmly explains it, and she seems to get it.
Not really though.
She seems to get it
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
In this moment, she seems to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. She finds like a little music box, which is a little
Yeah.
interesting moment. Just I guess it's her. Like I was saying, it just feels like she's just kind of trying to find anything to escape from what is actually happening around her.
Yeah, and the music got very tense when she did that, and I was like, oh, I don't know why, but I feel like that was bad.
Yeah.
But it was whatever. And then we see him taking a door down for like barricade materials. Barb still kind of looking clueless in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, I
And
didn't.
I love the way that she grabs these tiny pieces of wood and brings them over to him, and he's holding this huge fucking door.
Yeah.
And it's just a great commentary on just like, well, I mean, everybody does what they can, I guess.
Yeah. I also probably some of my favorite camera stuff right in this scene where it's like doing some really creative, like having the camera like on the back of the door, it looks like, while he's carrying it and stuff, and it's just like weird kind of like Dutch angle stuff that's just more unsettling and tense as he's trying to barricade everything. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, and then Barb like is like helping him like hammer it in by like holding the board in place. But it's so funny because it feels so like you're not really
She's
doing
barely
anything,
just
but,
like
like,
leaning
thanks.
against the and she keeps getting scared every time he's like hitting the nails
Yeah.
in. Just
He's so locked in though. And
Yeah.
then he's like, okay, try and find the longest nails for me, okay? Can you do that? Can you do that? And then I think we cut to him finishing boarding up a window. And says this room is secure, and I think he says something about like how they can retreat to this room and board it up if they need to.
Yeah. He also says, I think here that they're afraid
Yes,
now,
yeah,
pointing
yeah.
out the whole thing with the fire. And he gives his whole story about like how he got
Yeah, yeah.
here.
There's a very loud cricket sound in the mix throughout
Oh,
this.
that's funny.
And I was thinking, is this kind of pointing to the isolation, pointing to like everybody's like dying and stuff, I was very specific choice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised if it was just like what was in the sound mix.
The way microphones work, like that's, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't think it would pick it up?
No, I think it's a choice.
Interesting.
I think it's
That
a
is
choice.
interesting. Yeah.
Maybe it's not. Maybe the kinds of microphones they were using, or like maybe the crickets were really that loud in like
Yeah.
that farmhouse. But I mean, I don't think you would pick it up. But I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah,
It's
like you said,
interesting.
he tells a story about being at Beekman's Diner down the road.
Yeah, and I feel like even like little mentions of stuff like that is so like encoded into zombie stuff, like zombie breakout at a farmhouse, zombie breakout at a diner, zombie breakout like the truck that goes off the rails is literally the beginning of Resident Evil 2, like a truck crashing and blowing up and everything. It's just like, damn, dude, all these little things just seeded throughout all of
Connor is a
history.
pop culture zombie scholar, as you can
guess
see.
so, I guess so.
Big zombie guy.
Yeah, I love zombie movies. I really do.
Zombie.
Uh,
And their guns.
yeah, he's talking about how he's hearing this guy. I thought this was a very human moment for him, where he sees someone get surrounded, and it might be the truck driver, and he wants to go help him, but he's looking around to see if anyone can help him, but he's just like, oh no, like we're just surrounded, and he just has to listen until the guy dies, basically.
Yeah, he hears the screams, and he has this really like fucking sick line about how he couldn't hear any more screaming. That's when he knew like that he was alone with like 50 to 60 of those things.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane. That's so like terrifying.
Yeah, wasn't a sign of life left. No more screams. I was alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. I think there's also a line here where it says something how about the fucking how he started driving and plowing through them.
Yeah.
And they didn't run, they just stared, and he said they scattered through the air like bugs. Very cool. Kind of like the infestation thing, you know.
Yeah.
But and then we finally have Barb start like opening up, talking about riding in the cemetery with Johnny, but it's so fucking
Dude,
funny.
Ben's reaction to her just basically immediately checks out.
Yeah.
He just starts like looking around, just like, all right.
Oh,
all
and
right."
we get the callback, can I have some candy, Barbara? Like, but we didn't have any candy. It's like, God, this is so fucking dumb.
She's like, it's hot in here.
Yeah. And he's like, basically like, dude, chill out. Like, he's basically like, shut the fuck up. Stop
Yeah.
talking about this.
Just keep calm.
Yeah, just... But in a tone that feels very like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was funny because it was literally like as soon as she started talking, he started basically rolling his eyes.
Yeah, and I love the idea of like, oh, okay, you talked. It's my turn to talk. No.
No. My story was sick.
My story was
You're
sick.
talking. Yeah.
Your story is really kind of stupid, even though it's the beginning of this movie. And I think this is the part where she freaks out. She starts going kind of ape shit,
Yeah.
saying how like fucking Johnny's out there alone, and he's like, nah, dude, your brother is dead.
Yeah, I like that part a lot where she's like, I ran and Johnny didn't come.
Yeah.
And then it's like almost like bringing her out of this like psychosis into another psychosis of like, well, now I have to help my brother. I have to help my brother.
Yes, and this is where she slaps him.
Yeah.
And then he slaps her, and then she faints into his arms. And my note here was, the 60s are weird, man.
They are.
The 60s are weird, man.
They are.
You know,
They're
they're
weird
so
time.
weird. Then he lays her on the couch where she will be for a lot of the rest of the movie.
Basically the rest of the movie, yeah.
Could you imagine, like, okay, you're an actor. What's my role here? You're going to, like, lay on this couch for 45 minutes.
And just like finger the finery.
You almost made me do a spit take. Finger the finery? Okay. Number 1, fun is the enemy of the nitpick. Number 2, bow to the bit. Number 3, finger the finery. I mean, if you got it, finger the finery. Arm the resistance. Finger the finery.
And then we get the Guy turns on the radio. Not Guy, Ben. I just have him in my notes as Guy.
Yeah, and we the radio station's still operating, and we hear about how they're pooling resources for emergency.
I love this so much throughout the movie where like this is a pretty long sequence of them listening to the radio while like Ben is kind of like going around the house checking on things, like, you know, checking if he needs to board other stuff up, and you get like just such a great long monologue of the newscaster just like talking about this unprecedented thing happening.
Yeah, I think at one point he goes to like start a fire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he's talking about like some of the lines, mass murder by unidentified assassins.
An epidemic of mass murder by an army of unidentified assassins.
It's so good.
They have no pattern or reason. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary. Some say they appear to be in a trance. And then they say it's happening across the eastern third of the country. So we would be fine. You know?
We're
Over
good.
here in Washington
We're
State,
good.
you know?
We're good.
And then he covers a lazy boy in like lighter fluid, and he like makes like a torch out of like the leg of like a fucking table, and he like pushes the fucking lazy boy out and like starts a big fire out
Pretty
there.
sweet.
Trying to like just like kind of scare him off, right?
Yeah, and I guess that's what maybe they should have just kept the fires going more throughout the movie because that seems like to be working, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They just couldn't agree enough to keep burning those fires.
Yeah, and he boards up rest of windows, doors, and then we see a shot of the cellar door. It hangs on it for a long time. I'm like, what is that? I don't know what we're hanging on here.
Yeah,
but
I was like, my thing was, oh, is that like where zombies are gonna break through?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was
I thought it
thinking.
might be like a weak point in the wall or something.
I wasn't sure.
But
yeah.
then later on we see it's the cellar door.
He sits down, has a smoke, and one of the another newscaster lines I wrote down. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here. Good stuff.
And I think we do have him finding a gun.
He finds
as well.
the rifle, finds the bullets.
Yeah, and at first I was excited because I thought it was a shotgun. And as we all know, shotgun is the enemy of the zombie.
Yeah, that's just classic stuff.
Shotgun to zombie, fun to nitpick. But then it's not. It's just like some it seems like
hunting rifle.
Seems like a kind of like a low caliber rifle. Honestly,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not a gun guy. What do you think Ben's engraving on those bullets? Is that too topical?
Maybe
All
a
right,
little.
keep moving on.
He brings Barb's shoes, which is really sweet.
Yeah,
Because she lost one when she was running up to the house, I think.
I think she kicks them both off while she's
okay.
running away.
Yeah.
Because she's wearing like nice shoes.
Well, she trips at one point, I think.
Lady can't be running in their nice shoes. Their nice shoes aren't good for running.
That's right.
Everybody knows that.
But
I'm just saying it. A
nice
Everybody knows
moment of Ben trying to comfort her.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciated that as well.
And then Ben goes upstairs. He drags the body away, the one that was at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
This is also when it's revealed on the radio that some of the bodies are partially devoured, which is the first time in like history zombies are eating people.
Yeah. Yeah. They're killing and eating their victims. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Like
And
this is the introduction to that trope right here. That's crazy.
It is. And what a crazy thought to have, to be like, let's bring bodies back from the dead and have them eat other people.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's very scary.
It is scary. Yeah.
Yeah, then they reiterate killers are eating victims. And this is when Barb hears something coming up from the cellar.
Yeah, we hear footsteps, and then the door opens, and two dudes pop out, Harry and Tom.
Yep.
It's a real Tom and Harry.
Hey, and right off the bat, a pretty much immediate arguments, immediate tension. You were in the cellar the whole time, and you heard her screaming and me like fixing the place up, and you just hid down there. Like, what the fuck, man? And like
Harry's kind of like trying to deflect, and like Ben
Ben's
immediately pointing out all the inconsistencies. Like, oh, could you hear us? Couldn't you hear us? Like, because he says they couldn't hear them, and then he's like, oh, we heard them upstairs, and like, oh, so you could hear.
They're making a racket, right? It sounded like this place was being torn apart. Oh, I thought you couldn't hear us. Yeah.
And so Harry's whole argument is the cellar is the strongest place, and Ben is like, I don't want to be trapped. Like, it's this sort of like, I like the two philosophies. It's like, let's hunker down and like just survive here as long as we can, versus like, let's only stay here as long as we need to. Like, we need, like, I want an exit. Like, I want a life after this, versus like, let's just survive as long as possible down here.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, I think I mostly agree with Ben, but then it kind of turns out that Mr. Cooper kind of had it right.
Yeah, I mean, all the shit that happens with the truck, like, insane.
Wild, yeah. Yeah,
so,
definitely didn't see that coming.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns that this is going to take.
But like, I kind of wish, well, I don't wish, but just like, Ben should have had a escape route ready if his plan was to stay in there.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's a good point. Have some, some fucking...
Well, Project Zomboid, you have a second floor window that you hang a little rope made of sheets tied together, and you sneak out the back.
Yeah, you need a plan B. But we do immediately see Tom is like very reasonable. He's like the one kind of like trying to negotiate a compromise, telling Harry like, look, man, like, I think what he's saying is like reasonable.
I have a boy man voice of reason.
He's the boy man voice of reason. But Harry's like, I'm going to go down in the cellar. I'm going to barricade it. I'm not going to let anyone in no matter what.
Yeah. And part of Ben's argument is like, listen, all the food's up here. Like, I'm also protecting everything we need up here.
Yeah. And then I think they like, he goes to peek out the window and like a hand comes at him. And then Tom helps him like board up the window more.
Pretty tense shot of him like trying to aim the rifle. And like you said, like not super high caliber.
He takes such a long time.
Yeah.
And also like so many times doesn't shoot them in the head because he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Yeah, good stuff.
And I love that that's in this as well. But
yeah, I think he shoots him twice, and then the third shot's in the head, and it's like, ah.
I also love Ben fucking being like, dude, I just fucking spent so long boarding all this shit up, and you guys could have helped me.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, because he's stuck here with a woman who's like catatonic, basically.
Yeah. And then we hear Harry, what's happening, and which is Helen, right? And I think we get some more shots of like a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, I think this is
approaching.
when we see like there's really like a lot of them.
Yeah,
now.
like
now it's
ton,
like, and it's also now like full nighttime.
We're also seeing like close-ups of the zombies, and there's like a lady eating a caterpillar.
Oh yes, and there's also a naked lady.
Yeah, this is very silly. A lot of the close-ups of them are very silly, and it just feels so much like, all right, you're a zombie.
So I wonder if the black and white does help with some of that stuff, because that's
what I was saying earlier. Like the makeup for the zombies like looks kind of silly, like in the color.
Well, that and just like when I think of those zombie scenes, like they're mostly just like in black. Like they're like the woman eating the bug. It's just like her white, like parts of her white face peeking out behind a tree to grab the bug and stuff. It's a little creepier, but I can imagine if it's all colored, like. Yeah.
I mean, those parts are like so dark that they basically look like black and white.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just silly.
Yeah,
it looked very silly to me.
Well, I mean, zombies eating bugs is silly.
It is very silly.
Yeah.
But hey, sustainable protein.
Yeah, there you go.
You know me, I love eating bugs.
Yep. It's true.
Love eating bugs.
It's true.
But yeah, there's still butting heads over boarding up the cellar
Yeah,
or
there's
the
that
windows.
line, you can be boss down there, I'll be boss up here.
Yeah.
Which is just like, again, setting up zombie trope stuff. This is like my favorite stuff in zombie stories, and this is the origin right here of who's the leader, who should be leading this group right now. There's no one in charge, no one designated. You just have to figure that out for yourself. One of the things we loved in the Thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think it's good. And like Cooper's like, I'm going to take the girl downstairs with me. And Ben's like, fuck no. And I'm keeping the food and the fucking radio up here. And then like Tom is like, I'm going to get my girlfriend. I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah, and she just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. Judy. And then Judy comes up.
Yeah, I wanted more from Judy. She really doesn't.
Yeah.
She has a few lines.
She exists.
She exists. Yeah.
She exists, yeah.
And then we also see the daughter on the table, and you get that line from Mr. Cooper. We'll see who's right. And then Helen responds, "That's important, isn't it?"
Yeah, it's a great line from her. I like that a lot. I think like at one point too, like he mentions that there's a radio upstairs, and she's like, "There's a radio upstairs, and we're fucking down here. Are you fucking for real, dude?"
Yeah, she's immediately like, "Oh, let's go upstairs."
Yeah, and then they do go upstairs.
Oh yeah, and that great line, we don't like living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything.
Yeah, it's great. I love that line from her.
Yeah, I like Helen a lot. She's cool.
She is like, so Tom is very much a voice of reason, but like he is kind of like, oh geez, mister, like why don't we just
baby
come
boy
on?
man.
But like Helen is like, dude, like we need like is so like head on her shoulders, grounded, like understanding like the situation. Where it really seems like Harry is so caught up in being like the man in the situation that he can't really fathom like how like the like what they're actually like find themselves in, you know?
Yeah, I mean ultimately he's losing his cool.
He's losing his cool.
And when you can't think rationally, or when you lose your cool, you can no longer think rationally. So he keeps making little judgment errors.
Yeah. And then they like Helen says, "All right, we'll have Judy watch our daughter Karen." Her name comes up later on. While like we go upstairs because like that was important to them.
Yeah, and there's a long moment of Helen kind of sitting down and just like having a cigarette and looking at Barbra. And it's an interesting moment of like her maybe just kind of like, poor thing. Oh, someone does tell her that her brother died. And so she's kind of like trying to be a person, like someone she can like relate to a bit, which I like a lot because it does come back in the final moments of Helen and Barbra. Like, I think Helen goes out of her way to kind of make a little relationship here.
Yeah. And there is the funny line because like Tom says her brother was killed to Helen, like you said. And then like Harry comes in and is like, fucking, this place is ridiculous. Give me one of those cigarettes. And then Helen turns to him and goes, her brother was killed.
Yeah, well, he's kind of like mean mugging her.
Yeah.
He's just being like, to her. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I know, it's wild. Then we have Ben and Tom bringing the TV down.
Yep.
And everyone oh, there is this part I think like where Harry is like telling like fucking Barbra like to pay attention or something, and Ben's like, don't tell her what to do.
Yeah,
he's
basically
like, bro, chill, I'm the president up here, fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Then we get the TV news report.
Ben is just like sick of hearing this guy.
Yeah, no, they immediately like fucking hate each other.
Yeah, they do.
Which is also like such a fun kind of thing. And like, you know, sometimes you just meet someone and you're like, I do not like you. And it's so funny to be like, what if that happened in the middle of a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, in the most stressful situation possible.
Because I mean, like, what? Imagine just writing this like, oh, everyone's so cooperative. Like, that's not what's fun.
Yeah.
Again, that's what's so dope about this movie is that like they can't agree. Like, even in like this horrible situation, they can't fucking find compromise.
Sense.
Yeah, people are fucking stubborn.
Everyone's life's at stake. I mean, it's not just something you can be casual about.
Yeah. I mean, I would be casual about it.
Yeah, cellar upstairs, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know, put on a record, smoke a doobie, walk outside, hang out with some zombies, make some White Russians.
Hell yeah.
Watch The Big Lebowski.
They're saying on TV, not mass hysteria. And then this is where they confirm
that people who have recently died are being returned to life and committing murder.
And this broadcaster, I just got to say, this actor, great voice. I love listening to this guy talk.
I guess one of the news broadcasters is also plays one of the zombies.
Oh, great. I love that.
Of course. I mean, save a little money.
Yeah, I did read that the guy who was originally going to play Ben is one of the zombies as well. I think it's one of the ones that Ben kills with a tire iron early on.
Oh, also, I guess the daughter, Karen, also plays the corpse in the house, is what it says.
Oh, weird.
They must have, like, done, like, a makeup thing or, like, a model on her. I don't know. That's what it says
It's just weird to use a little girl because that was supposed to be an adult, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
but
weird.
They made it work.
Okay.
Yeah, Charles Craig, the newscaster, is also one of the zombies.
Love that. Yeah, this is when they're told to get to the nearest rescue station. This is an important beat. Another famous zombie trope, like, yeah, get here and you'll be safe. And then, like, a lot of times in zombie stories, it's like, oh, no, they're not safe. Like, the government cannot control this. But, you know, we never get there. It's interesting, I think, in this movie, society is handling this a lot more than I was expecting, right? This isn't, I feel like in more modern stuff, it's like, oh, yeah, the government's fighting back, but they basically immediately dissolve because things are out of control.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think it feels realistic to me, honestly.
Yeah.
I love it as a new plot point. Okay, like, now we have somewhere to go. Like, what are we gonna do? Ben's like, let's try and get the gas, and that's where the whole plan arises. Let's make Molotov cocktails. Harry's gonna throw Molotov cocktails from upstairs down at the zombies.
I love that they just make Molotov cocktails because they've set up that they found the jars. They've set up they found the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, it's all there, you know?
Yeah.
I do wonder if I would be able to just throw one together. Like,
it's pretty easy.
Yeah, all you need is a lit cloth outside of it and toss it. That's it.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, the fumes of, like, gasoline, but I think the cloth has to dip into the gas and touch it.
I was thinking it's almost just like, as long as there's a flame on it, when it explodes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, we definitely put some sort of, like, lighter fluid or something into a bottle and put, like, a rag in it and fucking lit it and threw it at something. I don't know about hell yeah, but yeah, we did that. That was when I lived in Peru.
It's being a kid.
That's when I lived in Peru, and I don't like saying that because I feel like it paints an image of it. Like
we're all just making Molotov cocktails on the streets of Peru.
Country. I mean, I did live there when there was still active terrorism going on. But
and we did throw the Molotov cocktails at terrorists, but it's not that bad.
Well, we would toss them back and forth.
Plain potato.
Hot potato.
Hot potato.
A hot potato. Yeah, and so, all right, we have a plan. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
We gotta get to the truck and get gas, and it's gonna be Tom and Ben.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for the gas.
Before this, we also do get on the radio. The satellite was carrying strange radiation. This was a Venus probe, and then the government blew.
No, I think that's on, like, isn't it on the TV?
I have it as yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's happening while they're it's on, like, while they're like.
But they're formulating the plan,
yeah.
And then they do mention the thing that we've already mentioned, the whole Venus, a satellite probe, like you said, coming back from Venus carrying strange radiation. So NASA shoots it out of the fucking sky.
That part I was like, damn, like, you can shoot satellite, like, what missiles are you using? That's crazy.
And I love, like, they like interviewing the three people. There's, like, a professor, a scientist, and the, like, military dude, and they're saying, like, they're asking if they think that the radiation caused the mutations.
Oh yeah, they're just, like, out in the street.
Yeah, and the scientist is like, and the professor like, yeah. And the military guy's like, whoa, let's not be hasty, you know?
Yeah, like, one thing I was wondering if it was intentional is the way that the general's face is, like, hidden. Did you notice this, where
he's also, like, kind of, like, between them, and they're, like, casting shadows on him as they're, like, walking.
It's always someone's face is kind of in the way of his face, or he's just, like, just out of view, or he's turned away from the camera. I thought it felt intentional, like the mysterious military, like, you know, in control of things or something, but I couldn't really. I wasn't sure if it was intentional.
I did say this is obviously fiction because of the insane transparency in this scene that is also trying to highlight the military obfuscating, like, the data.
Yeah.
It was just so very funny. It was just like, this I don't think you would get this, like, level of, like, people are so media trained these days and shit, you know, people would be saying shit like that.
Like, pushing the, you know, the camera people away. These guys are on business trying to save the country right now.
Yeah.
We find out, they also say, seek medical attention for anyone who has been hurt.
Yeah.
And I think we get a line. I think the daughter wakes up for a moment here and says, like, hurts. or something like that.
Yeah, she does say I hurt cuz cuz the rescue station they find is in Willard, which is like roughly 17
Yeah.
miles away. Tom and Judy are from the area, which is good. Like, they kind of know what's up there.
Yeah, we also get that the bodies come back within minutes.
Yeah, they talk about how they had a cadaver with all 4 limbs amputated. Also, like, not super important, but we do get an order of events that Tom and Judy arrive first, then the Coopers, and then, obviously Barb, and then Ben.
Right.
I do love that, too, where you like, oh, an empty farmhouse as she's running to it.
Yeah.
And then, like, no, there's people there.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so this is when
They're saying that you got to
discussing all
burn the
plans.
bodies as well.
Yes.
This is one of the things that the TV doctor mentions. And, like, they ask how long after death does the body become reactivated? And they're like minutes, like
Yeah.
you said. It's insane. And there's a great part here about, like, they're like, well, that's not enough time to make arrangements. He's like, no, bro. Like, no, there's not enough time for arrangements. And he says the bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give.
Yeah.
It's so cold. I love it. He says they're just dead flesh and dangerous.
Yeah, to call it dubious efforts, I thought, yeah,
It's really good.
really interesting. It's like some more of that commentary from the beginning with Johnny of disrespect for the dead. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I just love how ruthless it is. Where it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm sorry. Fuck processing things. We just need to survive now,
Yeah, they're dangerous. Yeah, and then we get the conversation between Tom and Judy. Judy's doubting if they should leave. It's kind of a nice moment, but again, I wish we got more
He
from
does
Judy.
say, you always have a smile for me.
Yeah.
Judy is very cute.
Which comes back around at the end.
They
Where,
also find the key for the gas.
right. And so she's worried about him leaving, going outside. And at the end, he's trying to comfort her, and I like that line coming back. Where's that big smile for me?
Yeah, very cute. And I thought they were a little corny, but
Yeah.
I do kind of like them.
Yeah.
Again, they like both kind of like Tom has a role in the story, but both kind of very minor characters.
Yeah, agree. And then Tom and Ben go out. And I love Mr. Cooper tossing the Molotov cocktails from above. We got a zombie catching on fire, which I
Yeah.
believe is someone like from the cast or production team or something that agreed to get themselves set on fire because nobody else would.
Did they not use like pyro jelly or whatever?
They probably did, but
Yeah.
still scary.
I'm not scared of fire.
Oh hell yeah, brother! You're not
here,
you're not a
dude.
zombie. No, not zombie confirmed. Oh, he is lighting his beard on fire as we speak. Yeah, Judy runs out. I mean, as soon as Judy runs out there, I'm like, oh, this isn't ending well.
Yeah, this is so fucking dumb. He's like, no, Tom, I'm going with you.
Yeah, this whole sequence is fucking wild.
This is insane, dude. Like, and then like she runs in shotgun. Ben gets in the truck.
Yeah, I
and
love this with him on the back of the
waving the fire at
yeah,
them is
using
very cool.
the torch on the bed of the truck, just like trying to get them away. A very tense scene of like the zombies trying to get in the truck, Ben trying to manage it. Like they're obviously getting outnumbered and swarmed, and it's
so-
again, this is kind of the first zombie swarm moment.
Yeah.
in history. Like it's crazy.
It's so funny how they found the key, but it's not working. So he fucking shoots it.
Oh yeah.
And then like gas starts getting
Yeah,
all
I
over,
was
and
like-
the fire and it's like, oh no, keep it away from the fire.
Yeah, I take it as just in any other circumstance where you're not getting hounded by zombies, they would figure this out, but it's just like the panic. I think it's just a commentary on like, stressful situations and like not being able to keep your ship.
It's also, there is this really kind of like heroic moment though from Tom where he's like, we need to drive the truck away
Yeah.
from the gas. Like basically like we need to save everybody else. Like
Yeah, and then fucking Judy, my jacket's stuck. Take the jacket off.
I know, it was so
God
silly.
damn it.
I just picture like them like sitting there writing the script. How does she get stuck? Her jacket. Good enough.
So dumb.
Cut it.
Yeah, that bummed me out because I like Tom. I mean, like Judy wasn't much, but like Tom was, a voice of reason, and like it seems like he could have been a good second hand for Ben.
Yeah. And we do get the truck exploding.
Yeah.
And then, Ben heading back for the house as like zombies are coming for him. And like Harry like hesitates to let him in,
Yes, which is another great classic trope of what I really liked about this moment is that it's complicated. It's Harry both scared to let him in and like you can't you can't quite decide if he's making a judgment call to let Ben die because he thinks that Ben is going to kill them all, like through his rashness, or if he's too scared to open the door because there's zombies on the other side.
Yeah.
And in the way he struggles with this moment, I think is like what makes it a really good scene.
And then Ben busts the fucking door down.
Yeah, in the way he fucking looks
Yeah.
at
He says,
at
I
Harry.
ought to drag you out and feed you to those things.
Yeah.
It's so so like he busts the door down, they reboard the door, and then like Harry's helping Ben, and then when they're done, fucking Ben just starts smacking
Wailing
the
him.
shit out of Harry, dude.
Punches him 4 times.
It's so fucking
and
funny.
very bad fake punches.
It's so funny.
Where like, super loud like classic punch sounds, and then just like, yeah, you can see he's not hitting him, and at least in few of those punches.
Yeah, I think a really strong like cinematographic moment in this is where there's the massive zombies storming the car, and it's so dark.
Yeah.
Like it's really left to your imagination what they're doing in the truck. I said probably getting some good barbecue, although usually you want a nice like long, low and slow smoke. This is a little bit more of like a char, but hey, some people are into that. But then what's so funny about that, like it's so well done, and then the following shots are just like
them eating
like organs and shit. Like
yeah, one of them just like gnawing on a hand.
Yeah.
And intestines.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's kind of silly.
It's silly. It did gross me out though. I was disturbed.
Made me hungry.
So I read that this is roasted ham covered in chocolate, and George Romero said that it was so gross that we didn't even have to fake how pale the actors were.
Someone mentions that there's supposed to be another broadcast at 3:00. At this point, it's 3 a.m. You know,
it's 10 minutes from 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. How we have this clock going. You know, we know that the movie started at 8.
Yeah, and it's Night of the Living Dead, so you know that like dawn is the end of this movie.
Almost 7 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
love it.
Happens in a day as well.
Yep. Zombie. This is where we get the confirmation that the zombie had bit the daughter.
Yeah.
And this
is where Ben says, who knows what diseases those things carry.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting now because it's like anyone who's in the modern era is like, oh, well, she's going to be a zombie. But like at the time, it's like...
It's pretty groundbreaking. He's like a pioneer of like, kill the kid, you know?
Yeah. News coverage. Oh, this is where we learn about the militias.
But I do want to mention, Barb says something talking about Johnny having the keys, and Ben's like... And it's kind of like a no, like it doesn't really go anywhere.
Like a red herring,
but he's like, dude, you have a car? Where's your car?
That's what I thought. I thought that's what was going to be the final act, was like, okay, now we have to get to his body, get the keys, get the car, get out of here.
Spoiler alert, I thought Ben was going to make it out of all of this.
Yeah, me too.
This fucking
I was thinking either Ben dies or either Ben makes it through or like Ben helps one of them survive, like one of the women is what I was thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, the broadcast.
Yeah, we get we see these militias being formed and grouped up, and
this is where we get the headshot thing too. A heavy blow to the head or a bullet to the head will stop them.
This chief really cracks me up. He's such a character.
Chief McClellan, yeah.
Yeah, he
seems to be thriving. This is another sort of trope you get in zombie movies where it's like, you know, normal life wasn't really for me. Like I like should be like out there killing.
Yeah, the
things.
rebirth theme to an extent, but it's like with a side character.
He's a phoenix.
Yeah, reborn for the zombie apocalypse. But yeah, I love how it just casually is about everything.
Insane.
He's just like, yeah, we're just, round him up. We're taking care of it. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we got it.
We got it. We're on it.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also says beat him or burn him too, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Which is like, I like respect the sentiment. I want to kill zombies. I don't want to be killed by zombies, but something about it just feels so cold-blooded, you know?
Well, I think that is a lot of the comment, especially with the ending.
It's a little bit of foreshadowing, I think, as well, you know?
Just like,
this
whatever,
guy,
just kill him,
This guy indiscriminately just, like, killing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Then we have the power going out.
Yeah, good moment.
And they're like, is the fuse box in the cellar? And Harry says, it's not the fuse, the power lines are down.
Yeah. So that does support what you were saying earlier about the zombie knocking the phone line out, because if the power or the other lines were up before, I guess, yeah.
And then also, like, Harry's telling Ben, like, basically, give me the gun. You're the reason Tom and Judy died. And it's like, dude, what? Chill the fuck out. Judy's the reason Tom and Judy died.
Yeah. I mean, I do see it from his perspective a bit, right? Because he was like, no, let's hunker down. We'll wait till this blows over. Yeah. And Ben is trying to be like, the hero.
But if you want to survive, you have to be open to a collaborative spirit, dude.
Yeah, that's his problem. Not
One
open to a
team, one
collaborative
dream,
spirit.
baby. You know, one team, one
Teamwork
dream.
makes the dream work.
Exactly. That's what we say every day at work.
uh,
And then we get the zombies are trying to bust down the door.
yeah,
at this
again, we
point.
see them like picking up weapons and shit to
Yeah.
like try to bust through.
And this is the moment where they are completely overrun.
Yeah.
Ben is begging Harry for his help, you know?
Yeah, and then yeah, fucking Harry sucks here, man. He like Ben is fighting for his life
He
to
drops
hold
the gun to like hold the door, yeah.
And instead of helping, he grabs the gun to put. Like, what do you think this is gonna solve right here, bro? Like, he's lost it. He's lost the plot at this
Yeah,
point.
no, absolutely. And then yeah, he tries to take the gun down with Helen into the cellar, but Ben fights Harry for the gun.
And again, I do like this from Harry, right? That like he's such a piece of shit, but like in a very grounded human way, where it's not like he's just like murders Ben. That wasn't his plan. He's just like, no, I want to be in control now. That's his plan. So it's not like he just like picks up the gun, shoots him, and then like moves on. But that's his downfall. It's like that moment of humanity is what, you know, he probably should have killed Ben if he was going to take the gun.
Yeah, because then he gets overpowered and Ben points the gun at him and shoots him.
Which is, to me, a very evocative moment.
It's a wild moment in the movie. It feels like a turn.
Yeah, because now this is the deconstruction of society.
This is the like
cold-blooded kill.
This is kind of like
here.
the pinnacle of like what's happening, you know?
Yeah, now it's like, hey man, kill or be killed. There are no laws here. And yeah, the way it holds on Ben's face after he shoots him, I thought was very interesting. It, like I said earlier, it almost looked like he kind of enjoyed doing it. I don't know. Did you read that at all, or was it like?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily.
Like, it was almost just like maybe a moment of him being like, "Damn, that was fucked up." But also, fuck that guy.
For me, he is such like
business.
the will to survive incarnate. Like, he doesn't even have the time or the like processing power to be like to even like think about the morality of it. It's like he's standing in the way of me surviving, and like he's caused one too many fucking like bumps
problems
in the road for me, you know.
Yeah.
And then we do
like again, like I was saying earlier, you can't just like I can't really blame him for punching out Barbara. Can't really blame him for shooting Cooper here because it's like,
I mean, it's hard to know what you would do in this situation. You know, it's a wild place to be.
Well, it's like what? So you fight over the gun with him. You turn your back on him, and what's he gonna do next? You know, like there are zombies trying to break in. This guy, it might be the difference between life and death.
Yeah, for sure. It's the thing, you know. It's like, oh, I wish they could work together, but at the same time, it's so much more interesting, like the conflict that like arises, the politics of like the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, that's my favorite thing about zombie movies. I think is the character, what happens to these characters.
Yeah, it's
in
not
this
about
stress.
zombies. It's about people and how they treat one another. You know.
Yeah, totally.
And showing like, I think honestly, I think one of the things that we should shout out is like, it's not just about how shitty people can be to each other. One of my favorite part about post-apocalyptic movies and zombie movies is like people coming together, like community.
Yeah.
Like, and oh man, I think Station 11, if you haven't seen that, there's some really cool fucking explorations of like that sort of thing, like people like coming together, but both sides of the coin again, like the darker side of people. But I think that's like worth shouting out, because it's so easy with a horror movie to be like, you know, people suck. But there's like the shoes, you know, Helen as a character, Tom and Judy. There's these like moments of like, you know, I don't know, like sweetness.
Tom's stepping up and like, you know, being like, I'm gonna protect these people and all that. And that's that was one of the themes, right? The worst and the best of humanity, right?
Yeah.
Seeing what are the darkest and the best parts of people.
Harry does like stumble down into the cellar after he gets shot, right to like Karen, and like stumbles onto the floor.
A good kind of final human moment for him, right? He wants to check on his daughter right before he dies.
Yeah, it was kind of like a nice little like bow on it. Yeah. And then we do see upstairs Helen is getting grabbed at by zombies, and Barbara finally springs into action to hold up a board.
Yeah, well, great. Yeah, it's nice that so like I wanted a rebirth from her. This is kind of her rebirth, even if it is just like this one action.
Yeah, for sure. And then Helen goes downstairs and finds Karen eating Harry,
which is so fucked up.
Yeah, and then. This is also insane. Like, another thing you don't see zombies do. Karen murders her mother, like
with a shovel,
like with a spade. Yeah, like a gardening spade, which is so wild. And we get these really wild, like reverb and delayed screams.
Definitely the most disturbing moment in the movie for me.
I love the audio effect there. That's so cool. Like, you don't really see people doing that kind of shit. that often. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, I think that if you told me about it, I'd be like, that's corny. But like you hear it and it's like, no, it works really well. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, it was effective, disturbing. I was
Yeah.
scared. That was probably the scariest moment for me.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, the little girl. Oh my god.
In just such a brutal way to die.
Yeah.
A fucking shovel,
Her
like
fucking
like
daughter.
a
That's
spade.
so insane.
Yeah.
Then Ben and Barbara are being attacked by zombies through the door.
Yeah, especially since I liked Helen so much.
And then Johnny walks in through the door as a zombie. And it was easy to remember because he was wearing the driving gloves.
Yeah, the gloves. Yeah, that's what told me as well. Nice little thought to have him so recognizable.
Yeah, and this is wild because like, you know, Ben is like backing up and like Karen comes up from him behind. He throws Karen aside. He gets into the cellar. The zombies are trying to storm in, but he's able to like board himself
Yeah,
up.
there is a really nice moment here where, yeah, so he goes in the cellar. Mr. Cooper comes back. Ben shoots him, and like we were saying, he doesn't have time to like have emotions. This moment, he does kind of like lean against the wall and just like take a second to be
I
like,
said he
huh.
kind of seems disgusted by his actions.
Yeah, and which is great. Like,
But it's awesome because then he notices Helen.
yeah,
And then he shoots her eyes open. Then he shoots her. And then he throws the gun off to the side. And he's almost like, God, I'm fucking done.
killing.
Like killing, dude, you know?
Yeah, no, good stuff from Ben. And then the sun rises.
Yeah, well, no, he looks around a little bit. Like he like kind of remembers that's right. There's a horde of zombies outside. He kind of like steals himself. He grabs the gun again and like is kind of like readying himself for a siege.
Yeah.
Essentially, and then we do see the zombies all around the cellar door, and then suddenly cut to the morning with the birds chirping.
It also looks so great the way the whole wall is just like it really does look like they're
Yeah,
about
the
to
door
fucking
is like-
bust
yeah.
through. Yeah, I love that. Just again, just I'm in his shoes in this
Yeah,
moment, just
yeah.
like I'm trapped down here, and if this wall is all that's between me and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
worst death.
Yeah, but it keeps him safe till
Yeah.
the morning. And then
Harry was right.
we see a helicopter flying in, dudes with rifles walking through the field. Cops are rolling up with dogs, and McClellan is like telling his men to check out the house in the field. And there's that journalist still following him from before. Everything appears to be under control. You know,
Ben hears them shooting outside.
yeah, he hears the dogs barking
Oh,
in the
yeah.
distance. Yeah. And like I love like how, and then they hear the shooting because they roll up and they see some zombies, start shooting them. Car pulls up, all this stuff, and then Ben starts approaching and as they're shooting zombies outside, and he goes to go outside, right?
Well, he's looking through the window with the rifle, and they just see a zombie, basically.
Yeah, well, so like it's like because McClellan, they're gonna build like a bonfire to burn all the bodies, and he's like slowly creeping, and they hear something as well, and they shoot him right between the fucking eyes.
Yep. And
It's so fucked, but what a great ending.
it's so I mean, in terms of just a horror movie, like
It's the
all that, and then a person just shoots you.
It's the ultimate moral of like
Yeah.
a zombie movie, you know,
Yeah.
of like a zombie tale is like, people killing each other, you know,
Yeah.
like people losing their humanity.
Yeah, and especially with the way the credits roll with just like the still images of him being like carried.
Yeah, that's It's really
That was
fucked up.
really striking to me.
It's just the way they kind of treat him like any other body. You
Yeah,
know?
and the final shot is the fire with a leg just sticking out.
Yeah, and I love what I
camera.
love is like Ben is really the protagonist, but
Yeah.
he is introduced later.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool thing that
Yeah,
they
I thought
did.
Barbra was the protagonist, and then Ben shows
No,
up and
and
just kind of
yeah.
takes over. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the way that he's so unceremoniously fucking murdered, and then the way his body is handled, again, that's sort of disrespect for the dead, you know?
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Good movie, man. I was.
I was really impressed.
I thought it was really solid.
I was very impressed.
Great start for Zombie Month. I'm glad we did this one.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. I think it fucking. I know John was saying, "Oh, you guys got to do Dawn of the Dead."
I was torn. I think when we first
it's
talked
the
about this,
mall one, you know.
it's the
and
one
all-
I had seen, and I really love it, and I do really want to do it too. 'Cause
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Really good.
But I'm glad we did this. I'm
Yeah.
really glad.
Well, especially as the origin of zombies.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah,
it was a fun one. It was good.
yeah. Well, yeah. What would you give a tier ranking?
Did I go first last time? I think I went first last time.
I think
I'll say. Okay. I think it is like almost like an S tier script.
Yeah.
I think execution and everything, I'm going to give it, man, some of the performances are a little flat. Like we were really like kind of glazing it, but there are some there's some faults.
Yeah, we didn't point out a lot of the
I'm
faults.
torn
but, yeah.
between A and B.
I am also the same. I think I am gonna go B, just because it felt so familiar, and I did want more from a lot of the characters and stuff, but it felt familiar because it's iconic and classic and trend-setting.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
if I'm including context, A tier. If I'm
Yeah.
just going off my experience with it, probably B tier.
Yeah, I think even with the context, it is it's still there are things that set set the trends and hit all those marks as
Yeah.
well. I'm gonna call it and I don't know, somewhere between A and a B. I'll go B.
We get B plus, perhaps.
No, just B. But yeah, it was a fun movie. I liked it.
I liked it a lot. Next week
Next week,
we're doing Train to Busan.
Train to Busan.
Yeah.
I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, I've seen it once before. It was a good time. South Korean flick. It'll be fun to, do another one of those.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. It should be super fun.
I love zombies. I'm glad we're doing zombies.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't mind them. I don't want to be around them.
No,
Brains.
me neither.
But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you all so very much for listening. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends you love them. Call your mom. She misses you.
Does.
And
She
get
told
out
me.
there and eat some fucking brains. Brains. See you in the brains. 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 Brains.